6 of Genius Take the Wheel. I'm still breathing hard. Wow. I am so beat. My car is fogging up. No, don't freeze me to death. Okay, my brain is starting to fog up in here because, man, wow, first hard leg day back. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was crazy. I don't even know where to begin. Well, yes, I do know where to begin. If you're part of the replay gang, I salute you. Thank you so much for coming through and supporting, maybe even dropping a like on this. So, before I give the autopsy, I think I need to give a little background first on why I switched it up. Why I switched it up today. So, over a month ago, I was talking to a bodybuilding coach that, I've known in passing, here and there for several years. And I was kind of telling him about what I do and why I do it. And he thought that I had too many leg days in my program. And so I thought about what he said. I need to maybe just do like a Monday, Friday, or, Tuesday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Sunday, something like that. And, I guess allowing my legs more time to heal, which, it makes sense on a lot of different levels. But, I've been doing this 3 hard leg days a week thing for so long that my pride and my ego is kind of attached to it. So, it's kind of difficult for me to let go of the idea that I should perhaps do less work. But for me, I am I'm really, I had to consider what he had to say, though I didn't like to hear that I'm being told, to kind of be easy with the leg stuff. So, I thought about it, and then I did the barbell rehab method course. So I did the barbell rehab method course 2 Sundays, about, I guess going on a week and a half ago. And I talked to the doctor of physical therapy, Susie Spurlock, Dr. Susie Spurlock. You can find her on YouTube. She has a lot of great content on YouTube. And, you know, kind of running it by her, and she thought that I was definitely operating at high RPEs for way too much of my training. And it and I could tell that it definitely led to me having the problems with the left quad tendinosis problem. I know it did. So while I'm not yet willing to give up my program totally the way it's designed, I decide to tweak it a bit and see how it feels. So what I've done is I have cut half of the work from my top sets. And I went a little bit lower than that. Oh, great, guy. Don't stop at the stop sign. Don't do that. And so to give you like an example, my last time hitting the leg press, I would do 4 sets. I think I did like 4 sets of 9 at 455. And then 2 sets of 12 at 315. So I modulated that today to bring the RPEs down to a more reasonable level. And so instead of doing 4 sets of 9 at 455 and then 2 sets of 12 at 315, today I did 2 sets of 10 at 455, 2 sets of 10 at 405, and then 2 sets of 10 at 365. And so it allowed me to still do a good amount of work. But it kind of took a little bit of the sting off of it, so to speak. So while I am still seriously considering dropping dropping down to 2 days. I'm still considering it. I'm not ready to reduce my workload to that degree just yet, mainly because I know that if I drop one of the days, I'm gonna have to take whatever I do on that day and then add it to one of the other days, and that is something that I'm not looking forward to. So it's not really what I want for my life. I really wish I knew that this was the case before this. So um so I you know I did it, a little bit differently. I'm not doing, 4 top end sets. I dropped that to 2, and I'm kind of wondering, what's going to be next for me as far as the progression is concerned. Um, do I go to sets of 11 next time? Do I go to sets of 12 after that? And then when I'm done with that, where do I go? Do I go to 495, 465, 405? Sixes? Perhaps. I'm pretty sure I can handle it. It must be a car accident, because it's never like this at this time. So, I am listening to people who are more experienced than me, but it's very difficult for me to give up the kind of work that, I've been building upon. But, I walk around in discomfort for too many days. It does affect my quality of life, but I just figured, like, hey, to get the gains one, I have to make some sacrifices. And if it's discomfort, then it's discomfort. But I do notice that when I train hard, like my upper body, I don't have that kind of discomfort. And a lot of it is because I do give my upper body more time to recover before I go and tear it all down again. So, maybe I have to switch to a Wednesday, Sunday schedule for my legs. Maybe I'm just going to have to do that. I don't know. But I am happy with what I did today. And I'm going to see how I recover from this. Now, major changes, and I say it's major, it might be minor to some of you guys, but it is a major change for me to this traffic's really bad. It is a major change for me to change my shoes. I've been relying on Dunks, Air Jordan 1s, pretty much the same thing, right? When I'm lazy, I'll put on some regular shoes, or if I'm on a deload, I'll just put on whatever bullshit running shoes that I have, because I'm not really feeling the need to be at my most stable, working very hard at all to begin with. So I got these Nike MetCon 9s that are supposed to be kind of like a cross between a true cross trainer and a lifting shoe. And so I have recommended them to clients after talking to other people who have worn the MetCon 9, and my clients like them. They feel very stable in them, anchored to the ground, especially when squatting and deadlifting. So I decided that it was time to go and get them. And I got them, and I used them for the first time today. I got them in this sandy, like a sand brown combination. Very much off-white. And I gotta say that I do like the color, although I have almost nothing that matches it. So I got some sandy colored shorts, and I have a couple of t-shirts I can wear to the gym and not look like a complete stooge. But I tried them today looking like a complete stooge. I have my gray shirt on with some brown shoes and a Mets hat. I look kind of stoogey today, but okay. I went to go set up on the leg press machine, and I don't want to say I'm surprised, but there was a little bit of like, oh, okay. I could dig it. Felt very planted. I didn't feel like I was shifting at all on the platform. I didn't feel like there were any energy or power leaks anywhere. Everything felt very stable. Now, today is my first day after a deload, so obviously I wasn't completely happy with that, because back to hard leg work, back to the discomfort. But my first impressions with these MetCon 9s is that they do exactly what they claim to do, and I, at least for right now, I'm really liking the product. Now, the question that I would have is, does the outsole and the stabilizer they use to kind of stiffen up the shoe after the shoe is broken in, will it still remain as stable? That's the big question that I have. Obviously, this is an initial review where this is like my first use of it, so they're still very brand new, they're still very structured. So when they break in, are they going to break in a useful way, or is it going to lose its rigidity? Is it going to lose its rigidity? And yes, guy, you're more important than everybody else. That's why you're skipping the line. Like we haven't all been sitting here in this fucking line. So, the first impressions of this shoe, maybe that's what I'll change the title to for this stream, is, the MetCon 9 first impressions, and then maybe I'll be able to do a fuller review on Sunday after I've gone through the hack squat on Thursday and I've gone through the, squat deadlift on Sunday. So, going forward, I'm probably going to do, instead of 4 top end sets, I'm going to do 2 top end sets, and then something below that, and then, whatever else that I'm supposed to do, and see if I can get more hypertrophy with less discomfort. Because it's not like I am allergic to the work, I'm cool with doing the work, the thing is that I have a lot of discomfort long after training that it's probably really not healthy. And, my tendons are kind of telling me we need to pump the brakes on some level. So I'm trying to find that good balance between good old-fashioned hard work and optimizing hypertrophy. And, we'll see if doing a little bit less work or lowering the intensity will lead to better results and muscle that grows quicker. I'm very happy with the progress I'm making in my upper body. And I guess, my lower body, progress is also really good as well. But it's just, I just gotta, see, am I doing so much work that I'm not able to grow the muscle because the muscle's not recovering? So, am I only recovering enough to be able to perform again and not actually to grow muscle? Because those are two different things. You only need to recover like 70% to be able to perform the next time out. But if you want hypertrophy, you probably should be recovering more towards, 80, 85, 90%. And then, take your deloads or your rest weeks to get closer to 100% and then run the cycle again. But, for me, I've been running my legs into the ground and just kind of forcing the performance. And I think that it's it might be to my detriment, both in terms of mental health, physical health, and meeting my hypertrophy goals. So I'm also eating less calories than I was eating. How long ago was that? How long ago was that? I think it's been about a month since I cut my calorie count down by like 500 to 700 a day. So I need more rest to recover, and so we shall see what that looks like going forward. So I'm happy to get through today. In fact, when I woke up this morning, it was crazy. It was crazy when I woke up this morning. The very first thought that I got when I woke up this morning was the first thought that I had when I got up this morning was, I don't need to train today. Fuck it. And then as soon as that thought crossed my mind, I was like, I need to get up out of this bed and go get that work done. I can feel the mental weakness. I can feel when I'm starting to rationalize not getting the work done. And, you know, I'm glad that I kind of caught myself and then you know, got myself to like recommit to the work. I decided I really hate making that left-hand turn. So I'm just gonna go here. I had a really crazy back day yesterday, vertical pull. Crazy vertical pull back day where I kind of implemented this new system of only 2 top end sets and then a couple of sets just below it. And, you know, normally I would only do 3 sets of lat pull downs, both 3 sets with the pronated medium grip and then a neutral close grip for a total of 6 sets. But now that I'm only doing 2 top end sets, now I am, you know, doing the 2 top end, and then I add an extra set on the bottom where I drop down 30 pounds and do 2 sets at the lower weight. So it's more volume, but less volume at the top weight. So I'm going to see if that, I definitely got a bigger pump from doing it this way. So for example, the last time I did vertical pull, I did 3 sets of 11 at 160 pounds with, you know, the medium pronated grip. And then I would do the neutral close grip. I would do 3 sets of 11 at 130. Well, yesterday I did 2 sets of 12 at 160 and then 2 sets of 12 at 130, the medium pronated grip. And then I did 2 sets of 12 at 130 on the neutral medium, and then 2 more sets of 12 at 100 after that. And I definitely got more of a pump doing it that way. So instead of doing, you know, 6 sets after my pull-ups, I did 8 sets after my pull-ups, but only, you know, 2 sets were of the, you know, 2 of each were of the, you know, top end stressful. And then after that, it's just kind of piling on the volume at slightly lower weights. You know, allows me to get better range of motion, bigger squeezes, allows me to get, you know, just more reps of the movement in as well. So that, it felt pretty good. So, you know, I warmed up like I normally do. I did 4 sets of pull-ups. I did 8 on my first set, and then 3 sets of 7, and then 2 sets of 12 at 160 on the lat pull down, 2 sets of 12 at 130 on the lat pull down, and then 2 sets of 12 at 130 on the neutral grip pull down, and then 2 sets of 12 at 100. So I'll probably just stair step that up as time goes by. And then I did like this crazy drop set with the bicep curls, where I do a total of 15 reps, 5 at each weight, no rest periods in between. I started with the 55-pound dumbbells, then went down to the 45-pound dumbbells, then went down to the 35-pound dumbbells. I did 3 rounds of that, and then I did the seated incline bicep curl with the 30-pound dumbbells and did 3 sets of 10. And, really emphasizing that that deep stretch in the eccentric. So, bicep work has been good. My triceps work has been good. The last time I did chest, I was able to get 3 clean sets of 10 on the hanging dip. So that means my shoulder mobility and health is better than it used to be, because I do the full range. I go all the way down in that dip. So, yeah, things are working out quite nicely on that end. And I'm thinking that I might have to do something similar for the bench press as well, to try to get more value out of my bench press. So I'm supposed to hit the bench today, and I'm supposed to hit horizontal pull tomorrow, but I'm going to be doing a lot of driving tomorrow. Shoot me now. 4 hours. Bang. 4 hours each way to look at some trees in Washington, D.C. So I want to make sure that I get, some good chest work in today. I also want to be sure to, I don't know. I want to be sure to get some rest at the end of today, and get all of my supplements together for tomorrow, because it's going to be I also want to find time and opportunity when we go to Washington, D.C., because Mrs. Evil's got all the answers for the last 19 years. She's had all the answers. So she's like, oh, we could probably find a Gold's Gym down there or something. Like, okay. So I'm going to try to get some back work in Washington, D.C. But I got to be careful, because, I have an AM client on Thursday. So I want to make sure that I'm not messing around with my work schedule. Thanks, douchebag. Just couldn't fucking wait. Hey, let me just walk in front of this car because, Anyway. Shout out to Mrs. Evil. It's been now officially, as of today, 19 years. 19 years. Sheesh. I'm always grateful because, I look at our dynamic and I look at the world around us, and I'm very grateful to not be dealing with the things that other people are currently dealing with, both on the men's side and on the women's side. people making decisions that are just asinine. Poor choices in mate, poor conflict resolution abilities. Guys stuck in hapless situations because of the family and divorce court systems. And look at me, 19 years with no complaints. So it is not lost on me, the blessing that I have in my life. It is not lost on me whatsoever. And I'm grateful for what she has represented for my life. And it's all good. It's all good in the hood. There's no ASP this week, so it's gonna get complicated. JL is here. Wow, buddy. It is good to see you. Hope that everything is working out for you. I know you said that your dad was gifting you a car, so that's pretty cool. So shout out to you and your family. Because I know you don't always get to enjoy good family situation. But I'm happy for you, brother, on that end. But yeah, having Mrs. Evil here 19 years. We're now entering our 20th year together. That means we have been together longer than half her life. Just kind of crazy to think about. And pretty much almost half my life. I don't remember which key goes here. So definitely, and JL and you guys over the Filthy Casual MMA watch party on TSP. Thanks for taking care of the ladies when I was indisposed and had to go learn some stuff. So thanks for that. This quad is sore. Definitely worked. So yeah, a little recap of the stream before I get out of here. I am modulating my training a bit so that I guess my training can be more sustainable long term. First impressions of the Nike MetCon 9. I have actually decent, comfortable shoes. I thought they were going to be less comfortable to walk around in. They're decent to walk around in too. I just want to use mine strictly just for training purposes. But yeah, in my opinion, the first impression, stability +1, definitely. So, oh, this is from JL. Have you been through burnout with workouts and attending the gym every fucking day? It feels like I have to rationalize. Like today, I almost skipped today. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up. But I'm glad I got the work done. But yeah, burnout, mental burnout, physical burnout, which is why I am altering my training methods. You know, my training methods need to be more sustainable. And I think I might be sacrificing hypertrophy by running my muscles too much into the ground and too often, especially in my legs. You know, upper body, I'm doing okay, but lower body, I live with a lot of discomfort and pain when I'm ramped up. So I'm going to make some changes. And hopefully I'll end up fresher long term. I think that I might switch to a Wednesday, Sunday schedule for legs. And see if, maybe I can add in the hack squat to my leg press day. I'll see how that goes. But I think that that's probably going to be my next move. Swapping out Tuesdays and Thursdays for just Wednesday. And maybe adding in hack squat sets in with the leg press sets. And, I'll try that for a while and see if I'm happy with the muscle growth. And if I'm not, I'll go back to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Oscar, how you doing, buddy? It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well, sir. I'm doing okay. I am tired, though. I'm about to do this session, go home. You hear that, right? It was almost like something was scratching. Anyway, yeah. It's a weird noise in the car. But yeah, I need to get some rest. I got to take the other car in to make sure that I get the inspection done and change the sticker so that I don't get a ticket parking the car on the street. That's why we're in this car today. I couldn't leave the car on the street. Let's say you were sitting here and they just looked at the sticker and they say, oh, $3.25. Oh, today is $4.25. Oh, give them the ticket while you're sitting here. And you'll think, oh, it's because of this or that. And it'll be because of the inspection sticker. So I'm going to take it in to BMW today. Take the Z4 in. Paid at $37. Ask them to wash the car because it's dirty as shit. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to go to work. Thank you so much for supporting. If you guys want to try the MetCon 9, I don't have anything bad to say about it, at least not yet. I will do a fuller review of the product on Sunday. Until then, I will see you guys later. Hit the like button, all that. All right, bye.